Friends, welcome to this short video that might be helpful when we receive a review of our submitted transcript in the form of a Google Doc that's been marked up in suggestion mode. With the way that we've been trained by our society, suggestion mode can seem like a list of corrections, and it doesn't recognize and highlight all the wonderful improvements and skillful interventions, the care and the attention that is in the transcript already. Because the number of skillful interventions that are already consistent with the style guide far outnumber the suggestions being made here, if we were to include them, then the document would include 20 to 30 times the number of comments. So I share this just to provide the context that is missing in suggestion mode. So suggestion mode can seem very busy and complicated. You can see down the right hand side. So it can seem like a lot. But if we move through the suggestions one at a time, then it won't feel so overwhelming. So you can see the different modes here. Suggestion mode and editing mode are the two main ones that people use. And if we made the reason that we use suggestion mode is so that you'll be able to see all the specific learning opportunities in the transcript. If we made changes in editing mode, you wouldn't be able to see them so easily. So suggestion mode also recognizes that none of us are perfect, so the reviewers can make mistakes too. And suggestion mode allows you the opportunity to not accept suggestions, and we can talk about that later. So when it's helpful and on the first occasion that we make a particular suggestion, we will add an explanation as a reply. This provides some information as to why the suggestion has been made, and we only do this on the first occasion, and on any subsequent repetitions of the same suggestion, we wouldn't require repetition of the explanation. I'll give you an example of this. So here's one that is here without Maitri and Karuna. So what's been added is Sanskrit SP inside square brackets. So there's a little explanation as to why this has been added, and says these are missing the correct diacritics, and as such we would currently format them so that someone could add them later. If the suggestion is relatively straightforward, then we wouldn't need an explanation. So here's a suggestion that's been made where numeral 21 has been replaced with 21. Okay, so we wouldn't add an explanation for that. So how do we work with our transcript that we've received, that has been marked up in suggestion mode? I would suggest starting at the top and clicking on the panel to see the suggestion in the transcript. So whenever I click, you can see over here, it shows where the suggestion is being applied. So you click on the panel and it says replace 21 with 20, and you can see that this has been highlighted here. When I click on this one, this is add one, and you can see that it's highlighted here. So that's how to find it. And if you're happy with the suggestion, you can just click on accept. So if I click here, this is the first one, and it says replace 21 with 20, and I can see that here, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's okay. So I can click there, and again that lists the next one, and I can click on that, and it highlights it for me, and it's saying add one, and I can see, oh yeah, that's 21. That's a different way of formatting the numeral 21. So that's that. And again, this is down here, so I can click on the panel and I can see over here. So sometimes if I'm struggling to find the suggestion, then I can, because if it's only something very small, then sometimes it can be difficult to see exactly where in the transcript it's being applied. So I can click on the transcript on this panel here, and it highlights it here. And if I can't see it, then I can click here, click here, click here, click here. And that might just be able to help me find it. So each time you can continue working your way down the document in this way. So each time you accept a suggestion, it'll be incorporated into the transcript. You can see. So if you're struggling to see exactly what to change, you can kind of toggle between. So if I was to click undo here, this would undo that accepting. So if I was struggling to see exactly what the change was, I could click to accept it, and then I could click to, and I could go back between these two, or I could use Command Z or Control Z. So I can Control Z, and that undoes it. That's the same as undo. And I can accept it. Control Z to undo it and accept it. And you can toggle back between these two sometimes, just so you can see what change has been made. So if you come across a suggestion that you don't believe to be appropriate, then you can use the reply function in order to communicate that. So here I've said it's hard to make out. So there's been a change. Let me see what the change is. So here it says, we really speak of non-violent action. And this word really was, Ty is quite soft-spoken at times, and it's quite hard to make out whether Ty said really. So this, in the initial transcript, this had been square bracketed. So this has been deleted, the square bracket, and there's a comment, and it says hard to make out, but I'd go with it. And if it's incorrect, somebody will pick it up. Okay, so if I was to accept that and to accept that, then that just incorporates really into the transcript. But it's possible that you didn't agree with that, and you could make a reply. It says, maybe I didn't say really. And you can reply to that. So it just means that at the end of the talk, we'll end up with a transcript that has all the accepted suggestions incorporated into it, and then maybe just a smaller number of suggestions and their replies that we can review again. So you can see there, maybe this is something you didn't agree with, and there's the initial change, there's the explanation, and then there's a replied comment from yourselves about, what was why you didn't accept that suggestion. So this just means that at the end of it, it's very clear for us to see, what's been incorporated and what hasn't been incorporated. Dear friends, that's it. I hope this video has been helpful. And if there's anything that you think would make it more helpful, let me know and we can update it. So thanks for taking the time to watch this, and I wish you well for the rest of your day.